Good morning and welcome to Second Chances. We are driving down to Key West today, so that's exciting. Looking forward to that. We are currently in Key, I forget what it's called, Macumba Key or something like that, and the traffic is very slow. So I'm not sure. We've got like a 2-hour and 15-minute drive down there, and that's with decent traffic. So we'll see how it goes. That is a long walking bridge, painted blue on the bottom. So we realize this long bridge is the old railroad bridge, and that's what Henry Flagler built to go to Key West, and all the people, the rich people, used to take the train down to Key West. Wouldn't you love to live on that little key? Pigeon Key. Looks like your own private island. Now you can really see this old railroad bed, and this part is really dilapidated, but it's amazing that Henry Flagler had this built way back. Can't see because of my mirror, but this part they restored into a fishing pier. So parts of it have been done and parts have not. We've arrived in Key West and we are on our way to the southernmost point. Got to get that picture and then we'll carry on, see what else we can find. We are enjoying Fort Zachary Taylor State Park a whole lot. We've got the beach right here. It's, full today, but you got a lot of shade and there's a lot of choices for tables and where to set your chairs up. Interestingly enough, this big boat is towing the smaller fishing boat. We've left the beach and we're now on the fort side, so we are going to check that out. There's also a lot of trails here that you can take, which is nice. You can bring your bike or you can hike. There's a plaque here that talks about the fort. It served to defend the United States all the way up to World War II, and then it ended in 1947 and is now on the Register of Historic Places. They have a blacksmith shop up here in the fort. The construction of this began in 1845, and it was 50 feet above the water. The outer walls were 5 feet thick. The fort had 198 cannons and 450 men were here. See the stone walls down here where it was built, right into like the swampy area. This fort was the longest serving U.S. coastal fortification, but it was never fired upon. We do give a ranger tour here every day at 11 a.m. and we are here after that, so we're just doing the self-guided tour. See, the ceiling in here is steel, but it's rusting out, or metal of some sort. You can see when you're up top here, it goes all the way around. And another interesting little fact is the latrines here were tidal flush. There's a gun mount, and you can see on the wall these anchors that it would have been chained to. There's a better look at it. They're really huge. Because there's my hand next to it. In 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, they used it as a radar installation here. See these cannons down here that are just wedged into the side, and they are actually Civil War cannons that when they were taking them out to put new ones in, they just put them in here as fill. And then over here is where the cannons would be mounted, and those bushes most likely would not have been there, and then they could see out to the water. This is how big the shell was. You could put a human in there. You can see a cruise ship from up here. A view like this, I would have had a hard time concentrating on my post. It's just stunning out there. And more barracks on that side. Those look a lot nicer. Neat architecture down here. Cool walking in the underground part here. And you can see a little window up ahead. We can see the ocean. It's crazy. It's like a maze under here. Little window. It is a very tiny little window. The ceilings are amazing. It's all brick. And then archways, room to room. It's a very cool hallway. Look at the cannons all lined up. It's amazing, and each one is lined up to a window on the other side. So interesting. The amount of brickwork, again, it's just hard to fathom how many bricks are in this building. I don't think it says anywhere, but it's very neat. And it's also nice and cool in here, so if you're here on a hot day and you want to break from that intense sunshine, you come inside. Here we are looking over the top of the cannon. This cannon up here is up to the window. We'll have to see that when we get up there. The rest of them are over here to the side. This cannon only had a 2.7 mile range. This is from the Civil War era. But they're huge. And on these wheeled bases so that they could move forward from their back position across the hallway to the window. Here's a pigeon that has decided this is his spot. I don't blame him. It's a pretty good perch, and there's water on the other side so he can watch what's going on. This talks about how this provided such a great view of the Key West Harbor, and when you look up, you can see that that is definitely true. Really pretty. And now there's people jogging down there, and they have trails all through. You can really see that cruise ship. We've been keeping our eye on it, thinking it was going to leave port, but it has not yet. You can see smoke coming up from its stack, but it is just sitting there in port right now. Quite massive. And here are the bunks. Boy, they just look like little benches. I think they must have been pretty short. You often see that in historical settings where there's bunks, they're just short. Here's the chapel. This is where the gunpowder was kept. Here's the mess hall. It almost smells like fruit in here. This is very interesting because we are from Pennsylvania, and here they were looking for volunteers. This fort never came under attack, but many of them died from typhoid and yellow fevers. And then here's the rations of what they fed them. 12 ounces of pork or bacon. Let's see, 1 pound, 6 ounces of soft bread. Yeah, doesn't sound like much of a meal. These are little wheelbarrows made out of wood that held the ammo. This one could be pulled behind horses and positioned in different places, as you can see on the photo up above. These things are huge cannonballs. Thanks for coming along with us. I hope you enjoyed that. We had a great time here at Fort Zachary Taylor State Park, and it is in Key West, Florida, if you missed that from the beginning. Beautiful, beautiful beaches and really neat history at the fort. So something for everybody. It's $7 to get in, which is quite reasonable. And I hope you do come out. And thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time. Bye.